Hi, my name is Sky, and welcome to my first and probably only video game walkthrough video. I'm doing this video because I'm a huge David Gemmell fan. I've been reading his books for years, and I've known about this game for years, but I've only played it very superficially, had no idea what was going on. This game is Legend, based off of David Gemmell's very first book, which is right here. This is the for the ZX Spectrum or ZX Spectrum, depending on where you're from. Game console. As I understand it, this was pretty much the Atari of the UK. Here in the States, I didn't have access to such a system. Some years ago, I got wind of this game. I played it through a couple of emulators. I even had it embedded on my website for some time. I used to run the Legend Readers David Gemmell fan website. I started it up when the website I was a part of, Gemmell Mania, closed down. And over the years, I've met a lot of very good people, fans, gotten to know each other over the years, and it's even opened up a couple of doors for me. So what I'd like to do is talk about David Gemmell a little bit before I jump into the game, and talk a little bit about this video. I am making this video from a very amateur level. I'm not looking to make anything perfect, which is hard for me because I'm very much a perfectionist. But since this isn't something I'm looking to do again, but at the same time I still wanted to do it at least halfway okay, I did take some steps to hopefully make it pretty watchable and pretty enjoyable. I know one of the reasons why I decided to make this video was I decided to go through the game, and I found that I really got into it, and I think a lot of it has to do with David Gemmell's untimely passing some years ago. You kind of reach that point where you've read all of his work, right? So this game actually kind of gave me an opportunity to jump into that one more thing that was out there. So I'm going to do this video just like it's almost like a live stream. I'm not worried about editing or if I flubbed something or anything along those lines. I've got kind of a almost like a checklist that I'm going to walk through, and that way everybody gets to kind of see everything that is in this game. I've been keeping the David Gemmell fans Facebook group updated on my progress, and as you know, anybody from there can tell you, I really nerded out over this game. I had a lot of fun. I even, while I was waiting to do this, even had this custom t-shirt printed out. It was a lot of fun. Some of it was frustrating. Getting used to the emulator. I first started this game on the Fuse emulator. Well, the LR Fuse emulator. I was playing on the Raspberry Pi. Had a few technical issues with that, but then I ended up moving over to just the Fuse PC emulator, and everything works much more smoothly. So, towards that end, I'd like to go ahead and open up this box and show. And it looks like a little bit of my green screen setting is acting a little weird, but like I said, I'm not worried about being perfect. This is the box. This is the way it came, kind of crushed a little bit. The seller on eBay decided that it would be a good idea to send this in an envelope rather than putting it into a box, so it got smashed. So I was not happy about that. So inside of here, if you can get past the smashing and looking at the still the green screen kind of messing with the way it's viewed there. Here's the manual right here. Just as with all games from this time period, this game came out in 1984. Reading the manual it's a necessity. And nowadays, you know, tutorials, in-game tutorials, and all that stuff means. And actually, I don't even know that really games come out with manuals, especially with everything being digital download. There's the instruction book, and there's a portion in the book that you will need to get to the bridge building. I don't know if that's showing up okay. There it goes. And it gives you tips on how to do that. The ZX Spectrum, or ZX Spectrum, was actually more along the lines of a computer rather than just a video game console. Like our Atari 2600 here in the US was just a controller with a button on it. But this actually had a keyboard. And here is an overlay that came with the game to let you know what your controls are. So how you can use defense, right? How you can attack, and in certain interactions with characters, along through the story, what options to choose, based on the numbers 1 through 6. This game also came with a very nice map. I can see the pinholes in the corners here, which you can see where somebody had pinned it up. There's a little bit of fading there in the upper right hand corner here. That is, I'm guessing it was getting hit by sunlight in some kind of certain way. But the way it kind of did it at the fold there, I'm thinking maybe this thing was folded like this and set out to where it just faded a little bit. But it's still in really, really good condition. Then comes the actual book itself. I'm going to try to hold this over me. If I hold this over the game, it tends to kind of... here's the actual book that comes with the game. For a while, I always wondered why there was a guy on the front with a sword. I mean, Druss carries an axe, right? He carries Snaga, or Snaga, depending on which audiobook you listen to. But as I understand it, the man himself pronounced it Snaga, so that's what we'll go with. But then I saw somebody make a mention online that this might be Rek, Regnak, the actual hero of the book. Rek's the hero of the book. Druss just stole the show, and he ended up becoming very, very popular. Okay, the last thing in this kit is actually the game itself. Cassette. Side 1, right, is the first part of the game we're going to be getting into. Side 2, okay, that's going to be the siege portion of the game. I was aware back in the day of these kinds of things existing, but I never had this kind of equipment. Even here in the States, we had a few, consoles that used cassette, as their storage medium, but I never had any of those. Let me put this stuff back where it came from. Now, one of the things I did, trying to make this still a very decent video, but not a, I guess, going over the top and going too crazy with it, because I could end up dumping a lot of money in lighting and this and that, but instead, I didn't want to do that. But one of the things that I want to do is also show my books of Legend. All right, this was my first copy. Found it on a bookshelf, and then I've read this probably over 20 times. It's falling apart. Then my wife got me this newer version. That way the other one doesn't tear up anymore, and I get to still read it. And as you can even tell from right here where people hold their pages on there, right there. I've read this one a few times already. And then a few years ago, I treated myself to this version, Against the Horde. But one thing I was mentioning earlier about making this video nice, and then I went into the books. I actually meant to go into the artwork that was on either side of the video here. The one on the right there is, from this cover of the Legend graphic novel, and I'm sorry, the left. And then the one on the right is Rek, from a scan of one of the pages. This This book is the graphic novel version of Legend. Worked in graphic novel form by Stan Nichols, a very good friend of David Gemmell, and by Fangorn. I don't know if it's Fangorn or Fangorn, but as I understand it, that is an individual named Chris Baker. He did the artwork for this. It is really, really, really well done. It'd be kind of tough to read here. I know the green screen's messing with it a little bit there, but still, it's a very, very good item to have. There's another graphic novel for the first John Shano book. I've got that one as well. But speaking of Stan Nichols, I will plug this man any chance I get. He is mostly known, and with good reason, for his Orcs books. He's a very, very good fantasy author. I really, really enjoy it. He's right up there with David Gemmell for me, and very, 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 very nice individual. And speaking of earlier when I said being the fan and running the website Open Doors, I had the very, very had a very good honor of being able to run the website for the Legend Awards, or the David Gemmell Awards. So that was very, very nice. Another one of Stan's books. He doesn't do just orcs. he's got quite a bit of stuff out there. This is one of his other series right here. This right here is the Dreamtime series. That's book 1. That's the United States version, I think. I know there's different UK and US versions. He does little bite-sized short stories. This right here was actually very surprising to me. This usually isn't my kind of thing to read, but wow, I really did enjoy it. Last thing I want to mention before jumping into the game here is this pendant right here was made for me. Let me get this over here where you can see it, by Paterson, a friend of mine that I met online, David Gemmell fan, just like I mentioned earlier. You end up meeting a lot of very, very nice people, and she's a very, very talented silversmith, metalsmith, very, very wonderful human being. I wanted to give her a little bit of a plug here to kind of show off her work and what she gave to me. I don't think you can tell on here, but she even carved in little runes on here that say sky. So that was very, very nice touch. I like that. I'm going to put a link to her website in the description of this video. So anybody who wants to check her out, I would highly recommend it. Okay, that's enough talking about that. Let's jump into the game. As I said, this video isn't looking to be perfect. I'm just wanting to kind of show off the game and kind of do a walkthrough of it. I may have to cheat a few times with save states and such. Mostly that will be to maybe show options of the game that I wouldn't be able to show if I wanted to actually survive. Because in this game, your character dies, because you're playing as Rick. Well, the game's over. So if I want to show off something that I know is going to kill my character, I'll do a quick little save beforehand so we can then jump right back in and make the correct decision and move forward. Anything else that I've got some notes over here that I'm wanting to make sure that I've got everything down that I want, because especially when it comes to this emulator, because the game works with side 1, as I showed, is the, I guess, it's the recruitment part of the game. You are going to go and try to recruit as many people as you can to fight at Dros Delnoch. So the second part of the game is the actual siege itself, okay? So on the spectrum, you have to play your game, record or save. You actually kind of have to record it on, as I understand it, on a blank tape. This is how it was done back in the day. This game came out in 1984. You save it on a blank tape, so you load up the siege part of the game, and then you have to load up that save from the previous, side 1 of the game that you had saved, and it takes that content and puts it in. So what this emulator does is it, well, emulates that process. So I've got a list of instructions here to make sure that, you know, I do it and I do it correctly. The good news is you guys won't see all of the little menus and stuff that pop down as I go in to load stuff up. All you're going to see is just the game video. So we're going to jump in. As I said, I've kind of have a kind of a method to my madness on this video to show how to get things done, how to go through the game, and then afterwards we're going to have a little bit of time because the game, you have roughly 100 days, give or take, depending on how the game goes, to do all of your recruiting, and then it's time. It's time to do battle. Okay, so I figured out a way to do this pretty efficiently, and you can, we're going to do that, and then go to these other locations that we haven't yet, just to kind of show them off. Okay, so here we go. Let's see. So, program by A. Glaister, that is Andy Glaister, a game design by John Lambshead and Gordon Paterson, based on Legend by David Gemmell. Press any key to begin. All right. Here we go. Drennan is the capital city of Drenai and contains the palace of Lord Abelain. It is normally a busy, thriving, administrative and leisure center, but with the threat looming in the north, the city is quiet and sullen. You are drinking at the inn of Horeb, your foster father, when a messenger in the livery of Abelain arrives calling for Rek. That's you. He tells you that Abelain desires your presence immediately. Now, here you can say yes or no. If you say no, they're going to drag you there and the game, you know, moves on. And there's a little bit of a glitch in the game right here if you do that, because we're not really going to get, you know, into it. But basically you're going to go see Abelain, and then you're going to then you'll take your leave of Horeb, which is a little backwards, because once they drag you to the palace, well, you've already left him, but you know, that's okay. But yes, we're going to go. Okay, Abelain greets you and thanks you for volunteering. He reminds you of the Nadir threat to Drosdelnock, which I had to kind of figure out how people were pronouncing the Nadir, because that word doesn't come up in conversation very often. Is it Nadir? Is it Nader? Right? Is it so? I had a friend look up the his audiobook for me, and he recorded a little clip for me, and it was Nadir. So the Nadir threat to Drosdelnock. Earl Delnar, the Lord Warden of the North, is near death, and you have been chosen as the next Lord Warden to defend Drosdelnock against the Nadir hordes. You must recruit as many troops and leaders as possible to assist in the defense. Abelain reminds you that the builder of Drosdelnock, Egil, was known as the Earl of Bronze because of a magic suit of bronze armor. All right, it's like in the book, right? So, let's jump to the next line. It is rumored that the armor is still hidden in Drenai. Also, an old myth tells of an ancient and magic weapon of great power concealed on the continent. Incidentally, while you are on, watch out for Earl Delnar's daughter Vire, who was last seen heading south. Abelain thanks you and tells you that he would go himself, but he has been excused from military service. Flat feet, you know. Okay, so now here's the thing where it's a little weird. You take your leave of Horeb. I guess maybe it's just kind of inferred that you go back and see him before you leave. So this is one of the very few parts where you actually have to get the information from the book. Even the instruction manual will tell you don't slave yourself to the book, because if you do, you're just going to die. So if you don't know one of the names, you got to look them up. But there is Dori, D-O-R-I. There's Bessa, B-E-S-A, and then Nessa, N-E-S-S-A. So all we have to do is just punch in one of them and then hit enter. There we go. Okay, so now we're jumping in where we're going. See up in the upper left-hand corner, it says Days 0, okay? In the upper right-hand corner, it tells you where we're at. We're in Drennan. Where do you wish to go? So we have locations to go. So now I'm going to go based on my notes here. We want to go to Graven Forest first. Okay, so Graven Forest, F. All right, You are in a gloomy forest that has stood since before the coming of the Draenei. Gnarled oaks with twisted roots cast ominous dark shadows across the track, and breezes set the branches whispering. You see a young woman, that's Vire, under attack by 3 robbers. Choose an action key. Okay, so now, I guess I will, just for my own reference here, even though I more or less know what to do, now this is where you would press the numbers 1 through 6 on your keyboard based off of this, because this would be overlaid on your keyboard. I'm just going to set it right there. So, you know what? We're going to attack. So that's option number 1. You attack the robber's leader. Now, here comes the duel portion of the game. There's a way to play the duel portion of the game and the Cave of Doom independently. That's something that I didn't do at the beginning of the game. But you can get into the menu of the game and just play those by themselves and practice, you know, that kind of thing. Now, according to the manual for dueling, you have, let's see, where is it at? Here we go. So on this little button deal here, it tells you all options 1 through 6 for attacking, but for defense, you only use 1 through 5, and that's not on here. It's actually right here. So pressing number 1 is high defense. Pressing number 2 is center defense. 3 is low defense. 4 is left defense, and 5 is right defense. Okay, so 1 through 5 is our defense, and when it's our turn to attack, we do 1 through 6. Okay, so I'm going to get my hand keys ready. Okay, so I'm going to attack the robber's leader. All right, so I've got ready for 1 through 5. I'm going to try to match what he does. Whoops, I missed my turn to attack right there. See, you have to attack right after. Whoop, he hit me. See, my endurance or my hit points is 48 now. Whoop, his endurance, he's going down. He started out at 25. Whoop, there we go. He's getting worked over. The hardest guy to fight in this game. Oh, there he goes. He's dead. The hardest guy to fight in this game is Servitor. He has 50 hit points, just same as you do, and he's rough. I may actually do a save in the game before I go to fight him, because he can end my efforts here pretty quickly. Okay, you dispatch the robber easily. The girl has killed a second and third, and the third has fled. She tells you that she is Vire, Earl Delnar's daughter, and that she will see you at Dros Delnak. You find your way through the forest without difficulty. All right, so that's 1 down. That's all right. So where are we going next? We need. All right. Yep. Here's where we're going. We're getting ready to go to the Temple of the 30. Okay. Okay. Now, the abbey is a converted keep of gray stone and crenellated battlements. 4 soft golden sandstone walls, and a moat surrounds the abbey. A warrior fully armored from the neck down blocks your path. He attacks. In the book, that's Mendham. Here it's Servitor. I am going to actually save right here. Just to that way I don't have to start over. Just in case he works me over, because believe me, he will. Let's see. This needs to be saved as a. What's the file extension for that? There it is. .szx. All right, we got that just in case I get worked over, because yes, he is very, very tough. Oh, here we go. Now, while that was green, that was my opportunity to try to attack. Because sometimes you get to attack first, it seems, in this game. It's tough to tell. Oh, he hit me. Oh, he hit me again, and I have not touched him yet. Oh, this is not looking good. Oh, wow, I hit him for 1 point. Hey, I hit him for 1 point again. Come on. Maybe I can, this usually happens whenever I fight him. Whoops. And on some of these, I know in a split second, I'm hitting the wrong button to try to do the defense. Yep, I think I'm going to end up having to go back and fight this guy again. But at least maybe you guys will see what happens whenever you die, right? Oh, come on, this is brutal. And if you look on the left and right side of the screens, you can actually see there's also like a health bar indicator. You can see mine on the left there is very, very low. Man, I don't think I've ever... Yep, he got me. So I don't think I've ever gotten to where I've only done 2 points of damage to him. It would figure that whenever I go to record this video that would happen. Okay, so I'm going to open my save. And that's the nice part about this. Here we go. We're right back where we need to be. Let's fight him again. Alright, let's try this again. Hopefully I won't have to do this, 50 times before I can move forward. But if I do, I'm just going to end up editing out, all those fights and just show you the one that I won on. Yeah, see, this one's not going well for me either. Yep, I think I'm also hitting the wrong buttons too as far as defense. Yeah, I hit the wrong button there. Wow. So. Yep, he is getting me. Yep. Alright, let's load up another one. Or load up back to the save there. Yeah, because while it's on red, it's that means he's attacking. Whoops, definitely did the wrong thing there. Sometimes this keyboard is a little goofy with the way it does inputs. Oh wow, I got him down to 42. Yep, it's looking like you guys... I'm just going to jump to whenever I do win this one. Oh, I hit him right there. Uh-oh, I'm on a roll with my whole 2 hit points. Oh, nope. Oh, I got the first strike on him. Maybe that's a good sign. Oh, now he's got me lower than him already. And I am not touching him again. Oh, got him for 1 point. keep hitting. I think I'm hitting the wrong button on that one. Whenever the time comes, the window to strike right there is pretty small. Actually, one thing it, whoops, there we go. Well, so it occurred to me, I didn't show the, what happens if you die from him. There's a little bit of a blurb of text that says, you know, Servitor killed you, clearly you are unworthy of, you know, of the help of the 30. Hey, I finally beat him. Boy, I almost didn't survive that one. Okay, you are worthy. The Temple of the 30 will meet you at Drosdelnock. I am Servitor, and my father is Drada, Earl of Dross-Segril. If you go to Dross-Segril on day 50, okay, so we got to remember that, and say Servitor sent you, my father will provide troops to aid the defense of Drosdelnock. You take 4 days to recover, right? So I lost a decent amount of time right there. That may throw off my timeline a little bit, but as I said before, we're going to have plenty of time to go around and explore other areas. But I just want to make sure that I get to Dross-Perdol and or Dross-Segril, sorry, by day 50. So okay. All right, now where are we wanting to go? Well, we got the 30, right? All right. So we need to go to Drinmouth to Ericban because we go D. Drinmouth is the major port of Drenai. From here, ships ply the 5 seas. This is a thriving commercial center. Merchants bustle everywhere, and the marketplace is crowded. It's late afternoon when you arrive. Do you? So we now here, and this will be kind of the thing that we do in a lot of towns. Do we want to recruit, wander around, sleep, or leave? You know, that kind of thing. But for now, the moment we're not going to do anything. We're actually going to go from here and go to away by ship. We're going to leave. And now we have to go away by ship, because see here we can travel to, I guess it's Malacca. I don't remember that from the book. Graven Forest, Temple of 30. So S, away by ship. We want to go to, let's see, Ericben, right? Ericben lies on the River Engel and is a rather seedy fishing and trading port. The town is crowded with refugees fleeing the rumors of war. Do you wish to recruit, search, or leave? We're going to not do any of that right now. We're just going to leave. And now we want to go to Skellen Pass. When we get there, see P. The pass cuts through the tangled mountains like a wound. Its high sides echo the wind as it sighs through the crags. In the center of the pass is a huge monolith. Do you wish to search the pass or the monolith or leave? Okay. So we want to search the pass, because if you go and search the monolith, there's a snake there that bites you and you lose a day. If you go search the monolith again, the snake bites you a second time, second day in a row, you die. Okay, so we're going to go look at the pass. Up on the hillside, you find a small cairn. On it is a plaque. Egil One-Eye made this in honor of the dead. His legend here also laid to rest. Do you want to search the cairn or leave? So you know what? We want to search. Under the stones, you find a steel door. It has a strange combination lock of the type Egil was famous for. There are 5 threes in a line interspersed with 4 star-like holes. And then here, they're showing them as asterisks in the text. You have 4 arithmetic signs to insert in the holes: a plus, a minus, a multiplication, and divide sign. When the signs are inserted, a 6th number is shown, which is the result of the sum being calculated from left to right. So that means we're not doing order of operation, like you're supposed to do in math. It's just whatever order this is. So we just need to know what order to put in between, the add, subtract, multiply, and divide signs to come up with the right number. So how do we know that? Well, you know what? We don't. At least not near as far as what I can tell. So what I did, just whenever I was looking at this, I just thought, well, look at all those 3s. Probably the number I'm looking for is a multiple of 3. So I tried 3, no. I tried 6, no. Then I tried 9, yes. And there's a few ways that you can put these, as it's called here, arithmetic signs in to end up with the number 9. But you want the number 9. Gotta hit again. There we go. Okay, now we're getting into the Cave of Doom. Okay, just in case something weird happens, I am going to save again. Shouldn't have any issue with this. This is actually usually pretty easy, but since I am recording, and this video is about showing off the game, not whether or not I can play it. I know that I can, but I don't want to have to redo things over and over again to, for you guys' sake. I can do that on my own. Okay, so the keys. Looking at this right here, enter. I don't know if that's both keys on the Spectrum, but either way, just here on my PC here, it's enter and then space to duck. Right, so these arrows are going to be coming through. So enter to jump, space to duck. All right, so let's do that. See, there's me. There's Rex. There's jumping and ducking. So I need to duck, jump, and they're going to start coming in faster succession. The longer an arrow touches you. So like if I duck too soon and I stand up into an arrow, I'm going to take a little bit of damage. But if I just run through an arrow, I'm going to take more damage. And it's actually going to be shown through asterisks on the screen here. I may get hit on purpose here at the end just to kind of show. See, I'll do it. See, there it goes. See, there's my damage. But what that means is I've also lost some time. So that may have been a bad thing for me to do. So I survived. The door swings open and you enter a dimly lit tunnel. At the end of the tunnel is a small room with a blue door on the right and a green door on the left. The doors chant in unison. One door leads to the armor of bronze. One door leads to death. One door always lies. One door tells the truth. That sounds like something from the Labyrinth movie, right? But I am going to redo the Cave of Doom because I don't want to... I took a lot of damage doing that, so... I want to make it to where, you know, I don't have to wait. Because whenever I kind of put together the idea for this video, I have it timed to where I do a certain number of things by day 50 to talk to Servitar's dad and get the troops from there. His, I think in the book, I believe they were just kind of his personal guard, and he said that that's all that, you know, he would send. So, since I'm trying to time it right, I don't want anything to really throw off that timing. There we go. That looks better. Okay. I take 1 day to recover. All right. Even though I didn't take any damage. Okay. All right. Door swings open. You enter dimly lit tunnel. Small room. Blue. Okay. I already read through all that. All right. So now what we want to do. So here you can go through a little bit to talk to these magical doors and find out what's going on. Ultimately, it ends up being the, let's see, what was it? I got my notes here on that one right there, which I think was a blue or green door. Let's see. Yeah, it was the green door. That's what I thought. I'd already gone through and, so to go through the blue door is B, go through the green door is G, ask the blue door what it leads to, ask the green door what it leads to, ask the blue door to ask the green door, and ask the green door, yeah, so this is a logic problem right here. So you can either figure out the logic or you can just trial and error until you get through. I mean, there's only two choices, so. All right, inside lies the armor of Egil, the magic bronze alloy. It fades and the voice of Egil booms. It will be ready for you at Delnoch. So you don't have it with you right now. It'll be there when you get there. Basically what this does is in the siege part of the game, you are not referred to as Wreck anymore. Once you get this, you are now called Earl, and you've actually, your character is more powerful. It mentions this in the manual. Okay. One thing I also haven't mentioned is while you're traveling to all these places, there is a potential of random events to occur. You can get robbed. You know, there could be a storm that hits, you know, where you lose a little bit of time, you know, that kind of thing. So all that's a possibility. All right, so now we did that. Where do we want to go now? We want to go to Riverside. We get to build a bridge here. I mentioned that earlier in the manual. Here we go, right there. See, the sections on here are from A to B, which is the top part of the area you're going to build a bridge over, C to D, mid area, and then E to F. And you're going to be given kind of a puzzle to do this. Well, not a puzzle, but you just need to figure out what materials you need, okay? So, let me double check what all I did for that. I went through this game a few weeks ago, and then ended up having to wait before I could record this video, and kind of forgotten some of the choices that I made, right? Okay, so we want to see the most... Okay, so Riverside, the most unusual city in Draenei, since many of the houses nearest the river are on stilts to keep them clear of floodwater. See, that's the issue right here. So you have to win them over by making an awesome bridge that can survive floodwater. If you do, you'll get somebody to join you. So, I already know who to look for here, but if I guess I can go ahead and recruit. Excuse me. The Riversiders are sympathetic to your efforts, but they have problems of their own at present. Jenna, that's the one we're after. The sheriff is down by the river trying to sort them out. Do you want to recruit, wander, have a drink, rest, search, or leave? Excuse me, so we're going to search. Who are you looking for? You know what? We want Jenna. Whoopsie, there's that weird keyboard thing I was telling you about. Sometimes it doubles the input. Okay, we're looking for Jenna. There we go. Jenna is down by the river. She tells you that she would like to go to Drosdelnoch, but her duty demands that she stay and build a new bridge to replace the one lost in a storm. Perhaps you can help, she suggests, slapping you heartily on the back and loosening several of your teeth. Do you want to leave her to it or help? So you know what? We're going to help. Okay. Materials available are wood, stone, and rope. You must make the bridge and the supports. So what we are going to do is I went through a few permutations of this just to kind of try to find the fastest way to get through this. This one that I'm getting ready to do, every now and then it'll say that it failed, but almost all the time it says that it survived. So what we're going to do is we're just going to make the bridge and the supports out of wood, okay? That seems to be the easiest way to do this. So we want to make the bridge from wood. And what would you like to make the supports from? Wood. There it is. So look at the display in the documentation. That's the picture I showed you. The cross section of the river angle, and decide from which point from which point and to which point the bridge will be constructed, bearing in mind that the river floods in heavy rain. All right, so we're going to build from A to B. Okay, that was the very top level. So A, B, right? It's not really intuitive on how you need to do this, but after a little trial and error, I figured it out. So you type in AB. All right, you have chosen wood supports. A mature tree is 8 feet high. 4 poles of mature tree thickness are required to support. It takes one man half a day to fell and clear a tree. How many whole days will it take for you and 2 men to prepare your supports? You estimate that you will have to build 4 supports, 2 4 feet high and 2 6 feet high. So you got to do a little bit of math here. Turns out it's 2 days. Now here's the thing: you get to maybe go back just in case in that weird situation that we it doesn't work. I am going to create another little save right here. All right. You know what? I'm happy with this because see, I can go back and change it if I don't like it. So I want to continue. C. Sapling. Okay, so now we're building the bridge part. A sapling yields 6 feet of usable wood, 3 inches in diameter. The bridge is 3 feet wide. One man can cut and trim 15 saplings a day. How many whole days would it take you and 2 men to make the bridge? That's another 2 days. So if you were to go get the stones from the quarries and stuff like that, that takes a significant chunk of time. But you can do it if you want to. All right, 2 days. Do you want to continue? Yes. All right, let's see how we did. The bridge is finished. Next day, there we go. Okay, good, it held. The bridge is finished. Very next day, a flash flood roars down the river. The bridge holds, and Jenna is delighted. She will march on the morrow to Drosdelnock. Okay, she is, we got her. We are good to go with her. All right, so now, all right, we're ready to leave. We need to go to Middleford, to Skultic Forest. We're just going to leave. We're not going to worry about recruiting here. There we are, Skultic Forest. F. All right, the forest has an ageless beauty. Huge gnarled oaks, graceful willows, and slender elm interlink their branches over rustling streams. You are gradually aware of people following you through the trees. You turn and find yourself surrounded by robbers. Their leader, Bowman, okay, there's Bowman from the book. Their leader is Bowman. Do you want to attack, retreat, or recruit? Well, in this portion of the book, Druss was the one that went through there and recruited them, okay? So you know what? We're going to recruit. You offer the robbers 5 gold rack a head to join the defenders at Drosdelnock. Bowman replies that they can get all the money they want. What can you offer them that they cannot steal? Now, this looks to be about the only other part that you need specific information from the book. So you got to go through there and kind of read this passage. What does Druss offer them? Well, now you, Rec here in the game, is a pardon. Very well. See you at Drosdelnock. All right, we got that part knocked out. All right, so now we need to go to Dross Courteswain. Now, I am going to mispronounce this name probably. I don't know how to properly pronounce it. I suspect it's a Y sound, but Joachim. We're getting ready to meet the Sathuli. So we're going to go here. The third great fortress of Draenei, built to overawe the Vagrians. The men of the Dross are in constant alert against Nadir and Cthulhu raiders. Do you wish to wait, recruit, or leave? All right, we're not going to try to recruit. We're not going to get anybody from here. We're going to leave, but when we do, that's when we're going to encounter the Cthulhu. So I'm going to save yet again. He is pretty easy to beat. He's much faster. The window to fight him is much, much faster, but thankfully his hit points are much, much lower. So in theory, I ought to be able to take him out. I've already done the hard fight. Servitor is the hard one. So we're going to leave. There we go. Half a day's travel from Dross. You are ambushed by the Cthulhu raiding party. They outnumber you 4-1. Awesome. I'm just 1, so there must be 4 of them. Do you want to attack, surrender, or challenge their leader? Well, here in the book, he challenges the leader. Well, I guess this is another thing from the book that you need to know. All right, here we go. He accepts my challenge. All right, 30 hit points. Oh, he's got me once already. Oh, I'm not doing real good against him either. Wow. Alright. Yikes. Boy, here I did. I opened up my mouth and I'm going to get worked over by him. Alright, it's a close one. Oh, there we go. Okay. Whew, I got him. Alright. Took more damage than I wanted to, because the more damage you take in these duels, the longer your recovery time is. But I don't know if there's any recovery time on this one. See, we're at 28 days. All right, he's wounded. Wachim, I guess maybe that's how that's pronounced. And drops his sword. Do you intend to kill him or spare him? All right, just like in the book, right? And now if you kill him, I did that just to see what would happen. The Cthulhu will take him and just go away. All right. But if you spare him, just like in the book, there we go. We got him. Wachim promises that your Cthulhu, or that the Cthulhu will repay your kindness by fighting at Drosdelnoch. All right. Now we are going to. We need to get to Glentoll. We're going to buy an amulet, but near as I can tell, this does absolutely nothing in the game, at least from what I can tell. So we need to go to Skultic Forest. We've already been through here. The forest has an ageless beauty. Huge gnarled oaks, graceful willows, and slender elm interlink their branches over rustling streams. All right. We need to go through Middleford. We went through there earlier. We want to leave. And Glentoll, that's where we're going to go. On the road. Ah, here we go. All right, you know what? We're going to save right here. I got to show this right here. Whoops. I think I've... Oh, wait, yep, I already did that one, so I need to... Tried giving it a name from one earlier. Okay, on the road you come across frightened peasants that tell you of an enchantment in a cave. Wow. On the hill, and rumors of a great treasure. Do you wish to investigate? The answer is going to be no, because I have not found a way to survive this. I don't know if even you can survive. But you know what? We're going to go in there anyway. Yes, after a stiff climb, you reach the cave. You penetrate its inner chamber and indeed find treasure, but also an unwelcome guardian, an aged dragon, owner of the amassed baubles, long thought to be extinct in the new kingdoms. A few typos there, but you know what? Let's roll with it. The dragon fixes you with a bloodshot eye and accuses you of trying to steal his treasure. It brushes aside your denials and announces its belief in capital punishment. You shall die, it growls, but because I am fair, I shall give you one chance to tell the truth. If your next statement is true, you will die quickly. If false, you will die slowly. Speak. So either way, you're going to die here. I have not been able to figure out what truth there is right here. We hit enter. Wrong. The dragon fries the flesh off your bones. and your quest has ended in death. The Nadir storm draws Stelnock and sweep across the land. A new dark age dawns. Press any key to play again, and if you do that, you go back to the menu. But you know what? We saved before, and no, we are not going to investigate. Okay, we're in Glentoll, small hamlet of peasants on the banks of the upper Odrek. It's another location I don't recognize from the book. In the foothills of Skoda, it is much like 1,000 other villages in Drenai. As you wind your way through the thatched cottages, an old peasant grasps you by the sleeve. As you cover your nose, he offers to sell you a magic amulet. It will protect you against evil spirits, he says, and I only want 100 gold coins. Do you want to buy the amulet? I have not been able to figure out what this amulet does. I don't know if it helps in any other portions of the game, which, you know, we'll go through. I thought maybe the dragon might be interested. That was a no-go. I imagine it may have a use somewhere, but for the life of me, I could not figure out what it is. Now, we're going to go ahead and buy it. You've got, I think you've got 100 coins on you. But the thing is what you need to do here is you need to haggle, okay? If you, actually, no, you only have 80 gold. That's right. So you need to haggle. So you need to, you want to give him lower than what you want, because if you have 80 gold and you tell him you'll give him 80, and he'll make you a counter offer that's higher than what you've got, and you're not going to get it. So you need to go lower. But if you go too low, he's going to get mad. So he's going to get mad if you don't want to buy it. He's going to tell you that you're a marked man, and you know, all that stuff. Near as I can tell, there's no repercussions, you know, from that. So that's okay. But still, you know what? We're going to buy it. So yes. And near as I can tell, there's nothing else to buy in this game. Even in parts of the game where you end up getting robbed, you still have, if you get robbed before you reach this point, you still have your 80 coins anyway. So you only have 80 gold coins, and you may require some money later. Near as I could tell, I couldn't find where I needed money anywhere else. Why don't you make him an offer? So I found out that if you offer him 70, I think I can go a little bit lower, but since I'm not like I need to pinch pennies for anything. 70. Nope, I'll not accept that. How about 88 gold coins? Well, darn it, I don't have that. So I'm going to offer him 74. Because if you don't jump up by at least 4, it'll say that he's not interested. Go higher, go higher. So if you try to offer him like 71 here, he's not going to even entertain the idea. But I found out if you hit 74, nope, he's still not going to accept that, which is fine. But at least we're moving forward now. How about 77 gold coins? So now we'll offer the 77. If you try to jump right to the 77, he won't take it. So if you go from 70 to 77, he won't take it. So it's almost like the game is coded to where you have to go through this right here. Whoops. Oh, that's right. That's right. I got to go to 78. This is what would have come up earlier if you would have went from 70 to 71. That was the message I was talking about. All right, so 78. 78 it is. There it is. The old man hands you the amulet in exchange for the money. Great. I have no clue what it does, but you know what? I have an amulet now. All right. So let's go back to my little checklist here. There we go. All right. You know what? We want to go to Skoda Mountains. It is time to get Druss. So we are going to Skoda. Now, somewhere I read, I think in an interview, that David Gemmell kept getting killed by Druss. I tried my best to see if I could fight him, you know, going through the conversation, you know, branches and, you know, and all that stuff to try to see. I couldn't get to where I could fight him. I tried. Okay, Skoda Mountains. A lovely isolated group of jagged peaks dominating the southern plains. Skoda is near impassable and the home of Druss the Legend. After a steep climb, you reach the lonely farm of Druss perched on a ledge above a small fertile valley. Pine forested slopes surround the spot. An aged housekeeper tells you that Druss has gone to hunt for a cat that has taken some of his stock. Do you wish to follow, wait, or leave? Okay, I'm going to save here. You know, based on what I've gone through before, I think I know exactly what's going to happen. But just in case something goofy happens. Now, you can wait. You can wait right here, and Druss will eventually come. You might have to wait a couple of days. That's your call. Eventually, he'll show up. You don't need to do anything special. The man's ready to go from the get-go, which, you know, is very much in character for him. But yeah, I did. I tried to see if I could end up fighting him, you know, just to see. But I couldn't. If that was an option, maybe it was an option in an earlier version of the game while they were building it and, you know, testing it. I don't know. But if you go after him, you will end up fighting the cat. You know what? And that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to follow. You make your way through the dense thickets of scrub trees. After about an hour, you get the feeling you're being watched. You turn, and there crouches a saber-toothed cat ready to spring. Okay, this is the cat that Druss is looking for. You know, going through and making this video, I tried to, you know, see what would happen if I picked one of the other options. Because remember, I have my choices right here. I can attack, retreat, negotiate, wait and see, search, or talk. If you attack, every single time I've been able to kill the cat. And so I thought, what would happen if I tried to negotiate? And let's see if it does the same thing here. I'm going to try to negotiate with the cat. The cat attacks and rips out your throat with a single blow. Okay, that didn't happen last time. Last time I did that, it said that I got lucky. I got a lucky strike, and the cat died anyway. So at first I thought, I guess, let me go back to my save here. At first I thought that the game was hard coded to make it to where you win, but I guess not. Well, you know what? We're gonna follow. We're going to fight the cat. That is option number 1. The cat smoothly evades your lunge and rips your throat out. That is the first time I've ever been killed by the cat. I guess maybe this is not going to be good for us. We may end up having to just wait for Druss. Let's see. We're going to follow, but this time we're going to retreat. Cat springs onto your back, biting through your neck. Awesome. Yep, my quest has ended. Oops. All right, so it looks like, let me try one more of the sillier options. We're going to see if we can talk to the cat and see if there's any way we can defeat him. This is actually the first time I've ever gone through this and not been able to just breeze through this part. So let's talk to him. Nope, I guess, you know what? We're just going to wait for Druss. We're going to wait. So let's wait. You wait all day, Druss fails to return. We're going to wait again. There we go. See, you do this eventually, he will show up. You wait all day, Druss returns that evening. You tell him the horror that awaits the Draenei. He shoulders his silver axe, Snaga, and growls his intention to march against the Nadir. So, that was easy enough, except for the cat part. Alright, so let's get out of here. How far away? I'm going to do another save here, because we got 12 days until we need to get to Dros Segril. So I am going to, just in case, I've got like 2 more stops before I want to hit there, but just in case something weird happens, and since I lost a little bit more time earlier after that fight with Serbitar, I want to make sure that I'm going to get there in time. If not, I'm going to skip the other one, go to Dros Segril by day 50, and then go and do the other stuff. So we need to go to Delving Forest to recruit the Woodsman. So let's do that. One of the great forests of Draenei, Delving is a damp, swampy place. Tall, mature trees are hung heavy with moss and ivy. The very air smells of decay and death. Bright flowers break the lurking shadows, exuding sickly perfumes. You slowly wend your way through the trees. The sun is setting. Do you wish to? All right. I'm going to push on through the night. You lose your way in the dark and have to stop for the night. You eventually find a reasonably dry place to sleep. While you sleep, you dream of a scroll. You feel great danger, menacing sentinels, and you wake up with a start. Bright new wet day dawns. Well, you know what? We need to stick around. We need these woodsmen. So, after 6 hours, you come across a dilapidated, overgrown farm. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. On closer examination, you see that the farm has long been deserted. It has a main dwelling with an adjacent barn. The other 2 sides are bordered by tall, straight, mature trees. In the center of the square is a well. Do you wish to explore any part of this farm or leave? Okay, so I've gone through all these various things. If you go into a barn, there's a bear in there that'll work you over. I can't remember if there's anything in the dwelling. I don't think there is. So we're in Delving Forest. What did I put down in my notes for this? I mean, I had to write a lot of notes to go through this game. Just, you know, line by line, screen by screen. Yeah, nothing is found in the dwelling. So we're going to go into the well, all right? The trees, that's another thing we'll do actually here in a minute, but we need to go to the well first. It is a very ordinary farm well with a rope disappearing into the gloom. Do you want to climb down? Yes or no? Well, why not? I always climb down wells whenever I find them, right? The dim light shows you the slimy walls. About halfway down is an inscription. Below the inscription is a metal door. The inscription reads that. At first I thought maybe this was an anagram, that maybe if you rearrange the letters and that maybe it would say something. Turned out to not be the case. So what I did was I took the third word, that QBBE, and I figured that maybe this was just a simple little cipher where, you know, because in your regular English alphabet, you know, there's 26 characters. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, you know, and so on. But sometimes you can just offset that, even just by 1, right, and make B1, C2, D3, go all the way around to where, and then circle back around, Z is 1, you know, that kind of thing. So you can make like a simple little, you know, code that way. So my thought is what English word has 2 of the same letter in the middle, excuse me, and is only, so we have B, D, E, right? So it's just a couple spaces off from the 2 B's, right? And the word I came up with was door, right? 2 O's, and then so we have O, P, Q, R, I'm sorry, C, D, E. I forgot that earlier, but you guys know what I mean. So yeah, it's 3 off. So C, D, E, 3. So this right here with O's would be P, Q, R. So O, O, R, door. So then I thought, well, okay, well, how far away is the B letter from O? And it's 13 characters away. So, and same thing with E with R, and that worked out just fine. So I did that with Q, and sure enough, it was door. So I did that with all of them, and since 13 is half of 26, you can either go up or down with your counting on this, and you're still going to end up with the same, you know, deal. So what it says is warning, push door in. Sorry, is what that says. So you know what? We want to open the door, because if you don't open the door, if you try to pull the door or try both here, you'll die. So we want to push because we figured out the warning. You see a passageway behind the door. The passage opens out and you enter a large room. At the far end is an open chest with a scroll. The scroll says, "As bold you've been, so yet again, seek a bridge to the middle way. Answer, and ye shall find Eggle's treasure." Right? So that right there seems to be clues if you were looking at the big map, I think, that came with the game on how you would get the bronze armor. Which we've already got, so we're good. Suddenly you wonder where the light is coming from, and you focus your attention on a lamp from which issues an eerie glow. Do you wish to take the lamp to help you climb up? Yeah, we want the lamp. So yes, we're going to take it. When you reach the surface, something is out of place. You hear an ominous rustling. The trees look closer than before. The lamp starts to glow brighter and brighter as the trees close in on you. They halt just outside the circle of light cast by the lamp. Do you choose to do nothing, rub the light, flee, throw the light at the trees, or advance on the trees holding the light before you? So I believe the answer was advance. Let me double check. That way I don't have to make another save and, you know, go through here and do it like that. Yep, we want to advance on the trees with the light, that's what I thought. Okay, the lamp blazes. As the light touches the trees, they recoil, allowing you to pass. Once you are clear of the fatal foliage, you flop down with relief, but not with your back against a tree. You are aware of 2 things. Firstly, you are sitting in a puddle, and secondly, you are surrounded by many pairs of unfriendly eyes. The woodman, I can't remember if it said woodsman earlier or just woodman, but so what we want to do here, let's see, we want to negotiate. So that is option number 3. The woodmen demand the light. In return, they agree to send an army to assist at Drosdelnock. Well, yes, we want them. So you know what? Let's give it to them. The bargain is sealed, and it's time to leave. All right. All right. So now we're on day 41. I think we're doing okay. So we need to go. We're in Delving Forest. We need to make our way to Drossegrill. So we need to go to Skoda Mountains. Okay, lovely isolated group, jagged peaks dominating southern plains. Skoda is near impassable and the home of Dress the Legend. Awesome. Hopefully, there is a potential where you can get kidnapped and you lose like 2 days and it dumps you outside of a random location. So hopefully we're not going to get that while I'm here trying to do this. We need to go to the Vale of Eyes. A shallow valley with few trees and dancing, tumbling stream which winds through the center. Everywhere flowers bloom, nodding their heads in the sultry breeze. They carpet the ground, hang from the trees, and straggle over the rocks. After traveling for a while, you have the feeling of being watched. Gusts of perfume waft past you. The air is heavy, the sun high, and you are feeling drowsy. Do you want to rest, explore, or leave? Now, as I understand it, I don't think there's really anything to do here. Yeah, because if you try to stick around here, everything's going to try to kill you. Yeah, all the flora there. So you know what? We want to leave. Let's get out of here. All right, Drossegrill. All right, yeah, we're good. We're getting there. 45 days. Our timing is good. Raven forces whose garrison keeps an unfriendly eye on the Draenei. This is not a good place to tarry. Do you want to wait? Ask to see the Earl, which we, yes, we do, but not yet. It's not day 50 yet, or go somewhere else. So you know what? We're going to wait. All right, now it's day 48. Now we want to wait. All right, let's wait. All right, here we go. Now it's day 50. Excuse me, we're going to go see the Earl. The Earl receives you coldly. I will fulfill my obligation to my son and send his bodyguard to Drosdelnock. He says, now leave. All right, that was... All right, so now we got that. Our next step is we're going to recruit an individual named Tark and his militia. Now, I don't remember them from the book either. I'm almost certain they're not in there, but you know what? It's part of the game, so let's do it. All right, so we need to go back to through the Vale of Eyes. All right, we've already read through all that. We want to leave and go to the Skoda Mountains because we're going to pass through there. And then we want to go back through Delving Forest. Yeah, we've read through that. Let's get through here. Malega, not sure how that's pronounced. I don't remember that from the book either. All right, here we go. Let's see, we do want to recruit. In the main square, you appeal for volunteers. This is kind of, it's not the same in every single village or town, or whatever, but you kind of get, a little bit of blurb about what it's like to try to recruit there, even though I haven't done a whole lot of that here in the game. But mostly, like I said, for this video, I'm not looking to trial and error all this stuff. I mostly know what's going on. In the main square, you appeal for volunteers. They tell you to be gone and laugh. As you give up, a tall, erect man in a military uniform approaches. So, let's see. I believe the option was just negotiate. I mean, because this guy's not hostile. So, let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to talk to him. That's option number 6. The man says he is Tark and that he and his men, the Malega militia, will only follow an Earl of Bronze to Drosdelnock. Now, of course, I can't prove to him at the moment that I am the Earl of Bronze because, well, the armor is going to magically show up for me in the siege. But this gets it done. Tark will be there now. So we got this, and we're done. We're leaving. And we still got, 42 days left, and we've got almost everything done here. And whenever we get done with everything that we need to get the game, I haven't been able to figure out how to get it 100%. I've only been able to get it 99%. I don't know if it has something to do with that amulet or some place I haven't explored. I'm not sure, but But here, pretty quick, we're going to get done with everything that we need to do the siege portion of the game. Then we're going to kind of fly around through the various locations just to kind of show them off a little bit. All right, so we need Malaga to Drinmouth. That one was D. Ah, here we go. Here's one of those random events, random encounters right here. As you come around a bend, you see an overturned cart on the left-hand side of the road. And also notice on this, whenever something bad's happening, the top of the screen there turns red. Whenever everything's okay, it's green. In front of the cart, to the right, is a man lying face down. Behind him stands a second man. A third man stands on the left, hands on the, wow, yeah, that threw me off. On the left hand, even though it says hands, side of the road, struggling with something on the cart. The left hand side of the road is bounded by thick woods, while a steep ditch runs along the right hand verge. So, do you want to help the man on the ground, ask if you can assist, retreat, detour through the woods, pass by in the ditch, attack the man on the ground, attack the second man, or attack the third man? All of these are bad except for one. Let me double check what it is. Because basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bowl over the bad guy. And then just get out of there. Because if you try to help, you try to assist, you try to check the guy on the ground, you know, or something like that, or attack the guy on the ground, it's just going to get you killed. Actually, I can't remember if you die here or if you just get robbed. But either way, I don't want either one of them to happen. All right, so... let's see. Oh, that is right there. Yeah, it's attacking the second man. That's right. So we need S. You bowl the man over and run clear of the trap. So good. We're okay. Drinmouth is a major port of Drenai from here. Ship supply. Yeah, so we've gone through that already. And we need to do away by ship because we are heading to Dros Perdol to recruit the knights. There we are. A mighty fortress town perched high over a jagged hill overlooking the sea. Its harbor is the home of the Drenai Navy, and fine battle triremes ride at anchor. Do you want to recruit or search? I believe the option is to just recruit here. I think there's an option to search here, but I don't know what to search for. Usually when this game gives you an option to search, there's something to be found, but I haven't been able to figure out what it is. So, you know what? We're going to recruit. There's only one force in the city worth recruiting, and that is the Knights. Well, that's who we're here for. You keep hearing about. You present your credentials to Dun Degas, their commander. He informs you the Knights ride to Dros Delnoch this very day. Awesome. Earl Pindak offers to show you the sights. In particular, he exclaims, you must see the fine example of a Hergoth chapel in the keep. Around the chapel walls are hung heavy and ancient standards and flags commemorating Drenai's great battles. One flag is particularly striking. On it is printed in fading letters, many have sought this gory weapon, but few have passed the test. The tooth of lamentation holds its secret still, and there your next step lies. Beware, for it may be your last. Now, this was something that Abelane had mentioned at the very beginning of the game. He talked about the armor and he talked about a weapon, right? Well, we've got the armor. We're good to go on that. So you know what? We have a weapon to find, don't we? All right, so we're done here. Okay, so I was right. Checking my notes here. We've done everything. We've got everything done to where we are 99% done with the game. Okay, so now we just need to wait. Because you got to play the game all the way through until you get to day 100. Sometimes it ends up being 98. Sometimes it ends up being 102 or something like that. But we have some time to kill now. So now we're going to do the exploring around. And you know what? Maybe we can find that weapon that we were supposed to be looking for. Let's see. So, all right. Let's see where we need to go. We want to go to away by ship. And where are we wanting to go? To Lentrum. Capital city of Lentria. I guess this is where Druss's Lentrian Red must be made, huh? Famous for its wines. Yep. Lentria is acutely aware of its semi-dependence on the Draenei Empire. Lentrum is a major trading port. All right, so what are we doing here? We want to rest and recuperate. In a tavern one night, you have a glass or two with some sailors. They sing, and one of their chants sticks in your mind. Before this age, in eons past, the ancients made a weapon. Fiery death, its muzzle cast, a deadly sword of heaven. It can be found, though lost afar. If these clues you do follow, in Ericben, the street of jars, look in the water hollow. Okay, so lots of clues in there, okay? We're going to see where we're heading now. All right, yep, we got that. And we need to go back to Ericben. We did that before, right? We need to leave. And then we are going away by ship. Ericben. Ericben lies on the River Engel. See, we went through here earlier. Once here, you will notice. Once here, we're going to know what to search for. So you know what? Let's see. Actually, I didn't want to do that. Where did I end up going? What did I do? Maybe I missed a key or something here. But you know what? Let's go to Scaling Pass, and then let's go back. I guess it's not giving me the option to do that there. Maybe because we've already gone through. I've noticed that happens with some of these locations. If you've cleared an area, if you haven't done everything there is to be there. But basically from that song, what you would do is you would go to that Street of Jars. You would search for the Street of Jars, and then you would look for that water hollow, which is a well, okay? Let's see. Actually, I can show you, I can tell you from my notes what's in there, since we're already kind of committed into this far playing into the game. Let's see. Okay, if you go into the well, it's going to say that you were given the inscription, "This well is fashioned by Hergoth, builder of the Knight's Chapel, within whose walls, for those who seek, lies the secret of an elder day, destroyer of souls. A battle cloth proclaims the way." Okay, that's what we saw in Lentria. I believe that's where we were at. Whenever we got the grand tour there. Yeah, in Dross Perdol. So okay. So we got that. So basically, all that was just another clue, right? We're searching for this weapon now. Because once you search for Street of Jars, it's going to kind of give you two options to search for. It's going to give you a fancy name for something else, and then a well, right? You can tell it's kind of trying to make you try to go search that other thing, but you're not going to find anything there. All right, so we need to go to away by ship. We need to go to Dross Perdol. Oh, here we go. Going away by ship is not as simple as the other ones this time. You find a captain willing to take you along if you help him solve a problem. Solve a problem he is struggling with. He has to sail down the Engel estuary on a slack tide to the open sea. Ericben Coast Guard Service, I like that name, require him to inform them when he will pass the lighthouse at the mouth. He knows it takes 4 hours against the tide and 2 hours with it. How many hours exactly will it take when the tide is on the turn to 1 decimal place? Really? Okay. So there's a lot of things here if you don't know what that means. What does it mean when a tide is on a turn? What does it mean slack tide, etc., etc.? Well, we already know the answer is going to be to 1 decimal place, so that means we're going to have a decimal point in there. So in one respect, you can just brute force it. Just by looking at the problem, you know that the answer is going to be somewhere between 2 hours and 4 hours. So you can just type in 2.0. Does that work? No. 2.1, 2.2, and so on until you get there, right? That's what I ended up doing. A very nice individual from the David Gemmell fans group on Facebook did a little work, talked to a friend themselves, and figured out the math that goes into this. Very involved for a game like this. I'm glad I was able to brute force it because, I mean, math isn't particularly difficult for me, but it's just I don't do it for a living, so it's not always in the forefront of my mind. So the answer turns out to be there's two possible answers you can give based on how you go, because he says right here to 1 decimal place, right? So do you round or do you just cut it off? You know, do you truncate it, right? Like in a programming language. The answer is 2.6666666. You know, it's a repeating decimal. Excuse me. So you you can type in 2.6, it will take it, or you can round up and just say 2.7, it will take that too. So 2.6. Of course, the trick is to think in terms of speed, not time. Welcome aboard. Well, I'm glad I could help. Okay, where were we heading for this one? We're going to Dross Perdol, that's right. All right, Mighty Fortress. Okay, we see all that. I don't think we're going to be able to see our clue again here. Yeah, see, just like the other one, where it's not an option anymore. But we already saw it before. We got the tour. We got to read that battle standard. That Tooth of Lamentation that was mentioned before. That's what we need to get to, right? So we need to go to Dross Perdol, and we need to go to the Valley of Tears from here. A steep valley, because I don't think we've been here yet. I think we were in the Vale of Eyes, but not Valley of Tears. So a steep valley slashed into the plains west of Skultic Forest by some long stilled river. Tall trees clothe its misty flanks. Moisture condenses onto everything, and drops of water fall off the trees and rocks into clear pools. Gray shapes move ominously in the fog. Awesome. Okay, deep within the valley, a tower looms out of the fog. This is that Tooth of Lamentation right here. It has no entrances, and the smooth, sheer sides offer no handholds. That's where my clue was. This was the Tooth of Lamentation. It's just a nice, smooth, structure. 3/4 of the way from the top is a balcony. Flanking the tower are 2 tall pines. The pines are unclimbable. Do you want to get into the tower? Well, you know what? Yes, we do. You cannot climb, so you better search for some equipment in the nearby hamlets. What equipment would you like to find? The game offers really no clue, so you just gotta use your brain and, well, gosh, maybe I need a rope, right? So let's type in rope. Ah, that's useful, but you'll need something with it. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. What about a hook? Because a hook and a rope would be awesome. And then here in the game, they call it a grapnel, all right? A grapnel and a rope, just what you need. So thankfully, they coded it in such a way to offer a few other possibilities that somebody else might search for. All right, so back you trot to the tower with your grapnel. Do you intend to use it to climb a tree and swing across, or shin straight up the balcony? So near as I can tell, both options are equally... just in case something weird happens here, though, I'm going to save again, but something weird shouldn't happen. Okay. We're going to go up the tree. Okay. So let's do that. Tree. You have to throw the grapnel exactly correctly. That's an interesting way of putting it. In order to get a firm purchase. Choose a number from 1 to 9 to indicate the strength of your throw. And it'll tell you if the throw is too weak, and it'll tell you if its throw is too hard. But you know what? 7 gets you there. It might take a few tries, and always it's going to ask you if you want to, test, the rope. But so and always do that. Success. Well, that was easy enough. All right. Do you want to give it a good pull before you climb? Yes. It is firmly lodged. All right. Usually that doesn't happen. Sometimes it'll come loose, and I've got to throw it again. So, all right, I'll take it. You've reached the balcony. Do you want to leave the grapnel and rope where they are, or take them with you? You know what? We're going to take it with us. We're going to need it. You pass through the archway leading into a room within the tower. In the center of the room stands a plinth with a scroll on top. 3 steps lead up to the plinth, and above hangs a chandelier tethered by a rope tied to a wall hook. Do you want to walk up the steps and get the scroll? Now here it sounds like if you say no, you're not actually going to get it, right? If you say yes, basically a zombie is going to come out, and then you have another duel to fight. Not a particularly tough duel or anything like that, but you know, since the duels can be a little flighty and tough, I'm just going to bypass it for now. So I'm going to say no, and see, and now the game is telling you that, oh, by the way, here's this other way to do this. You have played one of these before. Would you like to get the scroll some other way? Why, yes, please. So you intend to acquire the scroll without climbing the steps. What do you intend to use? Grapnel. You lodge the grapple in the roof and swing across and grab the scroll. Very Indiana Jonesy there. On the scroll you read, only the brave and skillful are worthy to wield the fire. You have proved your worth, so go claim your right in the city by the waterless sea at the place of artifacts. All right, so there's more clues there. All right, we are about there. So we are in the Valley of Tears. From here, we need to go to Namib, I guess is how it's pronounced. Namib. That's where we're headed. The city lies nearly deserted, inhabitants having fled the nadir, and sand is reclaiming the streets. There's our waterless area. So, all right, so we're in the right area. So we want to explore. In the decaying city, you find a marketplace, a governor's palace, a temple, a zoo, and a science museum. Do you want to explore one of them further? Yes, we do. All the others, all the options except for one don't do anything for you. But we want the museum, because remember, we want an artifact, don't we? So, yes. Which one? Just typing in museum works well enough. A curator approaches you. Excuse me, a curator approaches you and asks what you seek in the palace, in the place of artifacts. All right, so we're in the right place. You know what? We're after a weapon, aren't we? We have many weapons. Be more specific. All right, great. So that's not enough to get the item that we need. One of the clues was from that song that we listened to earlier. I'd mentioned there's a lot of clues in there. So you know what? We need the Sword of Heaven. Whoops. Ah, I know the piece. Follow me. In the center of a gallery, you see a long tube on wheels. On its side is written U.S. Army 20M auto cannon. We think it projected something called ammo from the tube. No one knows what ammo is or was. Dejected, you continue your journey. So it looks like you get no weapon in this game. I'd wondered if maybe there was a way to figure out something that maybe there was a weapon and that was the last 1% to 100% this first part of the game. Turns out, near as I can tell, no. Okay, so dejected, you continue on your journey. Okay, so, all right. Now we're done going everywhere and exploring everything. Well, not exploring everything. We're done recruiting and we're done trying to find everything as far as artifacts. We got our armor. Turns out the weapon is not usable. If this game ever does get remade, I think that they really need to have almost like a cheat mode with this, where you can mount that sucker on maybe that first wall on Drostelnock and just go to town, you know. But all right, so let's explore around. We're on day 73. We've got some time to kill, so we're going to travel to places we haven't seen yet. So we're in the Namib, and we're going to go to the Valley of Tears. And we've seen here, and then no, we don't want to get into the tower this time. Not this time. Centran Bridge. We haven't been there yet. Major crossing of the river of Iris. Between the citadels of Drostelnock and Drosperdol. This is the most northerly place that the river can be safely crossed. All right. Let's see, we're going to go to Drosseldelnoch from here. The city of the Six Walls guard the gateway to Drenai through the Delnoch Mountains. The city is a hive of military activity as it prepares for the attack of the Nadir. The hurried and inadequate preparations depress and frighten you. That's a shame. All right, we're going to Golgothir. The walled city of the plains, near destroyed when captured by the Nadir 2 winters past. On your way north, you see increasing signs of devastation and have to hide to avoid Nadir war parties. Do you want to leave or go on? You know what? We're going to go on because you get a little message here. Eventually, you can progress no further, but you see the Wolf's Head tribe, Ulrich's personal guard. So the Nadir attack will come in 16 days. All right, see, so... looks like we're looking at day 97. It looks like is when this is going to happen. But yeah, you can come up here and check your time if you want. You know, even though the thing at the top of the screen tells you. All right, we need to go to Dros Corteswain. We've already been there. Ah, here we go. Here's that extra event right here. You are surrounded by a raiding party of Vagrian riders. They need someone to help with their horses. You're it. You are persuaded to volunteer. It is 2 days before you desert outside of Dros Segril. See, it looks like a typo. Segril, and then here's with an R. Throughout the siege, it's going to have that extra R in there, too. Vagrant forces his garrison keeps it. Okay, so do a good place. Do not tarry. Yep, we've been here before. We've already talked to the Earl. But thankfully, it looks like we were heading here anyway. We want to go to Vale of Eyes. Again, there's nothing here that we want. You keep staying in this place. If you explore, eventually you're going to die. And you're going to get like text that says that, you know, the flowers actually are turning to face you and that kind of thing. All right, we want to leave. We want to go to Skoda Mountains. Lovely isolated, you know, group. Dress the Legend. And we want to go to Glentoll. We've already been here. And then Glendron. Wait. Looks like I've got a... Skoda Mountains, Delving Forest. Let me see. I'm missing... I must have... didn't put down in my notes. Delving Forest. That's the thing I'm missing right there. So we're going to go to Delving Forest. And then... I guess maybe not. Or did I look at the wrong one? I think I may have looked at the wrong one in my notes here. Let's see. It's not even giving me an option for Glendron. I should be able to go there from here. I think. Well, no. So how do I get... Glentoll, can I get there through that? I mean, I'm here. And maybe I've got to go through Middleford. Yeah, I'm going to go through Middle, or we're going to leave. There's a couple of... Well, my time ran out. I didn't get to go the other place. There's nothing really to see there, but okay, here we are. Now I got to make sure that I do this part correctly. All right, I'm at the Nadir stand at the gates of Drosseldelnoch. All right, so now we are getting ready to jump into the siege part of the game. So, whoa! I actually got 100% done. I don't know how that happened. I guess whatever it is worked. All right. You know what? I'm going to take a screenshot of that. And because I have not been found 100%. All right. So there's that. Now, all right, so here's all that I've recruited. Bowmen and Archers, Eggroll, Knights, Temple, Tark, Genevire, Cthulhu, Faithful. Cthulhu and Faithful, that's actually going to be 2 units for you, along with the, I guess it's Wachim. He's going to bring 2 units, you know, at the very last minute. Well, actually on day 8, I believe. I think we have to survive 9 days on the siege. Woodman, Militia, we got the Bronze Cannon. What is that? You're not going to tell me I have a cannon. I don't remember that being in the in a thing before. All right, well, let's roll with it. You have found the bronze armor of Eggroll. In future, you shall be known as the Earl of Bronze. Right? Do you wish to save this data for the siege game? Yes. Okay, so now here's on the C. I got my notes on here exactly what to do line by line. On the start tape and press key screen, the first part of the game. Here in the emulator, go to media, tape, and see, we want to record start. When we do that, now we press a key. There we go. Record stop. All right, so now it takes you back to the beginning. And then now we need to write this. I need to actually create a recording file. Okay, so what do I want to name it? We'll just call it all right, I forgot the file extension that I need. Where is that at? That is, there it is, RZX. Yes, there it is. I need to rename this. Okay, now I've got that, and now we're good. I've got the file. So what I can do now is I am going to open part 2. That quick little flash screen that comes up right there. Maybe I'll show a screenshot of it at some point. Because this loads it so fast. Back in the day, you'd see kind of this little pixelated, colorful dragon right there, along with maybe like a loading symbol. You notice that the font here is a little different from the first part. But the same programmer, Andy Glaister. Excuse me, game design by John Lambshead, Gordon Paterson. All right, so let's press any key to begin. You wish to load a game? Yes, we do. We did all that work we wanted. Let's see here. Okay. Reading my notes here on how to do this. So we need to go to here, tape, and we need open. All right, we need a selector file. Let's see. It says error, but it should load here. There it goes. All right, we got it. What difficulty factor? I guess you can do 1 through 3. The manual calls it complexity. Here it's called difficulty. All right, here we go. This is everybody. Let me double check something here real quick. I may end up pausing the footage, while I do this. So if you see it jump a little bit, well, you know what's going on. All right. Okay. All right, we ought to be good. All right. So, we are ready to go. We have our leaders up top. See, we have Earl. That is Rec. I think he's normally 25 strength, I believe. We have Gon. That's oh gosh, I forgot his name. Oren, I think was his name in the book. The guy that kind of earned everybody's respect, you know, as the book went on. We have Hogan, you know, leader of the Legion. There's Bowman, there's Jenna, there's Druss, there's Tark, there's Virey, and then here's all of our regiments, right? Some of these would already be here because you can actually play this part of the game by itself. You don't need to actually complete the other part, but you come in, you come in shorthanded, right? You don't have Virey, you don't have Tark, you don't have Druss, you know. And the same thing on these regiments, right? You can see Destroyer would be here, Eggle, Fire, and you know, and so on. But you wouldn't have the archers, you wouldn't have the knights, you know, and so on. So, like I said, you'd be coming in short-handed here. I have a let's see here. But yes, like I said, if you end up needing let's see, that right there is going to go here. I've got kind of a way that I go through this too. There's probably some more subtleties and nuances with the game as far as going through. But me, my approach is rather simple, but it works some of the time. Basically, I take if any of you are Futurama fans, I take Zap Brannigan's approach, where I just send wave after wave of my own men at them. That's a joke from the show, where that's how he ends up defeating the killbots. They have a preset kill limit, so he just said he threw wave after wave of his own men at them until it hit that mark. So that's basically my approach here. Like I said, there's probably some subtleties that can be done with the putting people in reserve. And placement. I do finagle some of the placement and try to plug some gaps here, because you'll see the numbers on here, and they fluctuate based on how the battle goes. So the morale, I think if the morale gets below, do I have that on there as here as a note? The morale, if it gets too low, your guys are just going to leave, right? And so you don't want that. So you need to juggle the morale and keep it high enough. And at the same time, so you need to make strategic withdrawals, right? Because obviously here we have 10 slots, you know, 1 through 0, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 0 is 10. This is the very first the very first wall, Eldabar. So basically what we're going to do is we're just going to mostly just do retreats. Every time you retreat, another day passes, right? The Nadir won't attack during the night, and I think there's 3, they attack 3 times each day, right? So basically what we are going to do, let's see, there it is. Okay, here's my note right here. The retreating, if you retreat and your morale is of number 9 or below, your army will break, right? So, but we're going to try to do that to where that doesn't happen. Each time you hold a wall, your morale will jump up. So each time you retreat, it'll drop. So we're going to kind of try to walk that line and survive. Yeah, when you retreat, our morale is going to drop by 3. So, okay. Here we go, and I've got this this pattern down on where I put my my characters, right? And for the moment now, you press the, like right here, destination of destroyer. Okay, that's our first regiment. I can either put R, I can put them in reserve, or I go 1 through 0, which is 10. So right now, I'm just going to put them all in just in numerical order, just because. I'm going to put Destroyer in 1, Eggle in 2, Fire in 3, Gorbadoc in 4, Hawk in 5, Invincible is going to go in 6. You can see I'm referring to my notes here because like I said, this is about showing you how the game works, not whether or not I can do this. I already know I can. I don't want you guys having to see me stumble through. This video is already long enough as it is. Gemmell is going to go in 7. Chemek is going to go in 8. Legion is going to go in 9. Falcon is going to go in 0. All right, and then now we're going to start back around again. I'm going to put, let's see, where am I going to put Pious? I'm going to put Pious back in 1. I'm going to put Raven in 2. And I'm going to put Sword in 3. I'm going to put Archers in 4. I'm going to put the Segril in 5. I'm going to put the Knights in 6. And I'm going to put Temple. That's our 30 right there. They are going to go into 7. The Woodman is going to go in 8. The Militia is going to go in 9. And now we're down to our leaders. Okay. I want to put Rek or Earl. I'm going to put him. We got kind of a low number down there in 0, right? So we're going to put him down there in 0. Let's see, the Gon. We're going to put him in. We're going to put him in 8. Hogan. Let's see. We're going to put him in 9. We're going to put him with the Legion. We put the Legion in there. Druss. We're going to put him in 3. Let's see. Bowman, we're going to put him with his archers. One of the things that the manual does tell you is that if you put the leaders of these regiments, their respective leaders, with the regiments, they're more powerful, right? So we want to try to do that. So Bowman's with his archers, he's going to go in 4. Tark, we want to put him with his militia. He's going to go in 9. Jenna, she didn't come with anybody, so we can put her where we want. We're going to put her in 6. And then Vire, the manual will tell you that Vire is stronger when she's with Rek. Or was it Rek stronger? I think Vire is stronger. Either way, it's better. So we're going to put them together. So you're going to go over there. All right, here we go. Here comes the fight. So now we're sitting and we're waiting. Game's crunching. Okay, attack phase 1. All right. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to go through this attack and we're going to retreat. That's... just how we're going to handle it, right? Like I said, we want to do this dance between, and they even talk about this in the book, right? This is the hardest wall to hold. So here we go. Do you wish to retreat? We're going to retreat first go right here. Yes. All right. So let's see. Yeah. All right. So basically what we've got now is this is kind of the first day recap, right? Now you see our regiments, their power has gone down, their numbers have gone down. It tells you who all's left, right? So we're going to start on day 2 on Musif. And now we're doing placement again. See, now we only have 8 walls, all right? So it's a little bit easier. We're going to put Destroyer in 1 again. Eggle in 2. Fire in 3. Gorbaduk, I don't know where that name came from, but it's weirdly cool. We're going to put them in 4. We're going to put Hawk in 5. Invincible is going to go in 6. Mac is going to go in 7. We're going to put Chemek in 8. And then we're going to put the Legion in 1. So basically, if you kind of paying attention to what I'm doing, is I'm just going through these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, with each one, and then circling back around 1, 2, 3. But I'll start getting a bit more fine-tuned with it later. Falcon's going to go in 2. Pious is going to go in 3. Raven is going to go in 4. Sword is going to go in 5. Our archers are going to go in 6. Segril is going to go in 7. And see, the Knights are going to go in 8. All right, now we're back around again. So where do we want to put Temple? We're going to put Temple in 3. All right. The Woodmen, we're going to put them in 5. Let's see, do I got that right? Let's see, where we want to put the Militia. I know at some point, Militia's going to go in 7. There we go. All right, we're good. Destination of Earl. We want Earl this go around. We want to put him in, let's see, number 4. Could use a little bit of bolstering. We're going to put Gun in, we're going to put him on 8. Hogan, we're going to put him with the Legion again, even though the Legion's already pretty tough. We're going to put him in 1. Druss, where are we going to put Druss? We're going to put him on 2. Bowman, we're going to put him with his archers. He's over on, the archers are over on 6. Tark, I'm going to put him on 7 with his militia. Jenna, we're going to put her 5. Vire, we're going to put her with Wreck again. He is on 4. There we go. And just like the last time, after this fight, we're going to retreat. See, our morale is 12. Right? Because we lost 3 whenever we retreated. We're going to hold right here, hopefully. And then when we do, you'll see it bump up to 13. All right, here they come. They're coming over the top. All right, so now the red is the Nadir. Blue is us. This is where we're at. Do you wish to retreat? Yes. Let's see. Yeah. All right. So here's a follow-up of what we're doing now. Post-game report, so to speak. All right, we're getting ready to start Wall 3. Cania. Okay. Now we're down to 6 walls. Yeah, the whole idea behind this is to try to funnel it in as best as possible. Because we need to hold for like 9 days, I think. And of course, now we're on game turn 3. It's day 3. Okay, so we're going to put Destroyer back on 1. Eggle, we're going to put on 2. Fire, we're going to put on 3. Gorbadoc, we're going to put on 4. Hawk, we want them on 5. Invincible, we're going to put them on 6. All right, so now we're circling back around again. We're going to put Jemek on 1, Kemek on 2, Legion on 3, Falcon, we're going to put them on 4, Pious, we want them on 5, Raven, we're going to put them on 6. All right, so now we're coming back around again. Sword, we're going to put on 1. Archers, we're going to put them on 6. Let's see here. Segro, we're going to put them on 4. The Knights, we want to put them on 5. Temple, where do we want Temple? We're going to put them on 6. Woodman, we're going to see, where do we want to put them? 4. The Militia. Sometimes whenever you go to do this, we're going to put them on 1. Sometimes whenever you go to do this, it's almost like the game has it to where these walls or these slots on these walls are so jammed up that it won't let you put the leaders on sometimes, you know, because I think maybe just as everything gets kind of funneled in, you know. Okay. Earl. We want to put him on, let's see. There's kind of a gap there. It's not looking so hot on let's see. I'm going to put him on 4. We're going to put Gon on 2. Hogan, we're going to put him on 3. That's where his Legion is at. Druss, we're going to put him on 5. Bowman, we're going to put him on 6. Tark, where do we want to put him? We're going to put him on 1 because that's where his militia's at. Jenna, we're going to pair her up with Druss. Vire, we're going to put her with Rick on 4. All right, here we go. All right, so our morale is 9. So, like I said, we don't want our morale to be 9 whenever we retreat, right? That's bad. So we need to hold here for a little bit longer. Jenna is under attack and has survived. That's the message it'll give you if one of our powerful people gets attacked. Let's see. Do you wish to retreat? No, we don't. No, we don't. So, now here's where you get to move your forces. We haven't done that yet because all I've been doing is retreating. So do we want to move a regiment? So you can shuffle some things around and plug in some gaps if you feel like you need to. I'm not going to mess with it right now. Do I wish to move a regiment? No. Do I want to move a leader? I can do that too. No, I do not. All right, attack phase 2. Here we go. Heavy fighting in section 1. Attackers in section 1 destroyed. Good. Heavy fighting in section 5. Attackers in section 5 destroyed. Awesome. Oh, Tark is under attack. Tark died. Jenna is under attack and has survived. Okay, good. Good, good, good. All right, fight's still going on. This is all just automatically happening right now. You just have to hope that you made some good choices and then just let it play out. Let's see. Do I want to retreat? No, not yet. Now I am going to reallocate some forces. What do I want to do here? I want to take Falcon, that is in section 4, and move them to section 1. Okay. So do I want to move a regiment? Yes. Now, you type out the first 3 letters, and it will autofill it for you. So I want to move Falcon. See, there we go. It remembers where it's at. We want them to go to 1. Do I want to move a regiment? Nope, I'm done moving regiments. Do I want to move a leader? No. All right, here we go. Attackers in section 1 destroyed. Good. Oh, I missed that message. Somebody survived. I was looking at something else. That's a blink and you miss it kind of message. Militia has broken. Uh-oh. Here comes some more attackers. Druss is under attack and has survived. I hope he survives. All right. It's getting dark. Okay, this is going to be the end of the day right here. If we decide to hold here, the Nadir will not attack overnight, and then we will start at game turn or day 4 coming up. But yes, we are going to retreat. We are at morale 11, so whenever we retreat, it's going to drop down to 8. All right, I'm going to save here just to be on the safe side. Just in case something weird happens. I've already gotten this far in it. All right, there we go. All right, so we are looking at, let's see, yep. All right. So let's start wall 4. Sumatos. All right, destination of destroyer. So once again, we're just going to cycle through these. Like I said, it's probably maybe an easier way. This probably wouldn't fly if I jumped the difficulty or complexity up to 3. But we're just going through the game right now. Eggle, we want that on 2. Fire, we want on 3. Gorbaduck, we want on 4. Now we're back around. Hawk, we want on 1. Invincible, we want on 2. Let's see. Gemak, we want them on 4. Don't we? Yeah. I'm starting to kind of shuffle around a little bit. Kemak, we want them on 3. Legion, we're going to put them on 1. Falcon is going to be going on 2. Pious, we want them on 4. Raven, they're going to go on 3. Sword, 2. Archers, we want them on 4. Segril, we want them on number 1. The Knights, where do we want them? Number 3. Temple, we'll put them on 4. Woodman, let's see, we want them on 2. All right, leaders, here we go. We're going to put Earl, or Wreck, we're going to put him on 1. We're going to put Gon on 3. We're going to put Hogan on 1 as well with Legion. See, we're down to 4 slots now. There we go. Let's see, where do we want to put Druss? We want to put Druss on 2. Bowman, where's his archers at? We put them on 4, didn't we? Jenna, all right, we want her on 3. Vire, let's put her with Rick. Oh, there we go. I'm guessing, based on the way the game is set up, that the game is full in those slots, I guess. What we're going to do is, let me adjust that a little bit. Let me make sure that everything is still, okay. Been paying more attention to the game than to the way this is streaming, or not streaming, but recording and looking. So, hopefully, all the way up until now, considering we're just over 2 hours into this, that all has been well and nothing too awful weird has happened. All right, so we're just going to put her in reserve, okay? All right, here we go. Let's just hope we did a good job. Attack phase 1. But yeah, the idea is to retreat, build your morale up, at least the way I've kind of found. Gon is under attack and has survived. Okay, good. Is to retreat, but you still want to do it in a way that your morale stays high enough that people don't leave. But if you try to hold for too long, your characters are just going to die. So, no, we don't want to retreat. Our morale is too low. If we retreat, our army's going to break. We want to reallocate anybody. No, not this first go around. Move a leader? No. Let's play it out again. Attack phase 2. Heavy fighting in section 3. Attackers in section 3 destroyed. Alright, good. See, the part on here that says leaders and troops in that blue square, I don't quite know what's going on there. Gon is under attack. And then the reserve, A equals, well, 0. I'm not sure what all that is. I mean, if I played around with the game more, then I know that I'd end up figuring it out. That's not an issue. Actually, there is one thing I did forget to mention. When I get done with this video, I am going to maybe play around a little bit, or maybe I did mention it. I'm going to play around a little bit with it, editing and post. Nothing too much. This is more of the, I'm vamping the whole time, and that's fine. But there is something I did want to mention, that there is or was, I don't think they're still together. There was a band out there called Lost Legion, and they had some David Gemmell inspired music. I think now, since we're kind of getting towards the end of this right here, I'll play one of their songs, which is actually called Carnage on the Walls of Delnoch. I'll add that in later whenever I'm messing with the editing and fine-tuning, and I'll play it at a low enough level that it's not going to interrupt with anything. But it's actually pretty good. They've got a few on that album of theirs. They've got a few other David Gemmell-inspired songs like Stranger, Waylander, and Gellen's Lament. So if you do a search for Lost Legion and something like Carnage and Delnoch or whatever, you'll find a site where you can actually listen to them. It's pretty good. I like it. I always like it whenever fans make stuff like that. Okay, so let's get back to work here. No, I don't want to retreat. Let's reallocate my forces. What am I doing? I want to take Temple. I want to take the 30. Yes. 2 PM. There we go. I want to send them to section 3. Section 3's looking looking like they need a little bit of help. Is that the only one I want to move? Yes. So I don't want to move the regiment, and I don't want to move a leader, do I? No. Okay. All right, we're on day 4. We're We're getting down to it. We're halfway through the siege. Heavy fighting in section 1. Attackers in section 1 destroyed. Good. Heavy fighting in section 2. Druss is under attack. It has survived. Good. Sword has broken. Alright, looks like we lost our first regiment. So we've lost what? Tark and as a leader and Sword. Okay, Jenna is under attack. Okay, she has survived. Attackers in section 3 destroyed. Good. Alright, we are going through the next finishing this up. Druss is under attack and has survived. Good. It's getting dark. Alright, we are at the end of the day. Do we want to retreat? Yes. We're at morale 10, so we can retreat without the army breaking. Alright, here we are. We are at the end. We're getting ready to get on wall 5. So, okay. Valtteri. Alright, so where we want to put our people at? We're going to put Destroyer. We're just, by and large, we're still just going. We're down to 3 slots now. By and large, we're still just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 as these names come up here. We're going to put Destroyer in 1, Eggle in 2, Fire in 3, Gorbadoc in 1, Hawk in 2, Invincible in 3, Jemak, where are we putting them? They're going to go into 2. Kemak, we're putting them in 3. See, I'm still floating these around, maybe where I think I need them. Legion, we want to put them in 2. Falcon, we're going to put them in 3. Pius, we're going to put them in 1. Raven, we're going to put them in 1. Archers, we're going to put them in 3. Segro, we're going to put them in 1. Knights, we're going to put them in 2. Temple, we're going to put them in 2. Woodman, I'm going to put them in 3. Alright, so our leaders. Let's see. We're looking at 272, 289, 268. Let's put him in 1. Gone. We're gonna put him. He goes with Kemek, I believe is what it is. It says it in the manual. It doesn't, you know. They don't associate him with the group in the game like that does Tark with his militia, you know, and so on. So, where do we put Kemek? We'll put them in 3. Uh-oh. I think we are done being able to put people. Reserve. Hogan. Where did I put Legion? I put them in 2. Nope. So it looks like I just need to reserve all these guys. Reserve. Druss, you get to sit this one out, looks like. Bowman, you're going to sit it out. Emma, Violet, you guys are all going to sit it out. Take a breather. They come. You wish to retreat. No, we don't want to retreat. Our morale is way too low. So no. Reallocate forces. No, I don't want to move any regiments. But you know what? I'm gonna bring somebody in from reserve now. That's yeah. Yes, I do. Y'all actually want to move later. I don't think I've moved a leader yet, have I? Druss from reserve. We're going to put him in section 1. That's where a lot of the action is. That number's pretty low. Yes, I want to do one more leader. I'm going to take Hogan from reserve, and I'm going to put him in section 2. That's another lower number. And that's actually where his legion is, too. Yes, it is. Okay. There we go. All right, I am done moving leaders. I'm not going to put anybody else up on the wall. All right. Attack phase 2. Day 5. Attackers in section 1 destroyed. be fighting in Section 2. Attackers in Section 2 destroyed. Okay. The knights have broken. Numbers are getting pretty low on each of our sections here. You wish to retreat? No, we do not want to retreat. Our morale is too low. Reallocate forces. I don't think I want to move any regiments. But you know what? Let's bring Vire in. I see I want to put her in up there with Rick. He's in Section 1. Let's bring Jenna in. And let's put her in Section 1. And then let's bring in... Move him. Section 2. And then I think we have Bowman. Let's put him in Section... Put him in Section 2. Nope, I'm done. Phase 3. So this is the last part of the attack for the day. Fighting in Section 1. Earl is under attack and has survived. Okay. Jenna is under attack and has survived. Good. Fighting in Section 2. Gunn is under attack and has survived. Alright. Hogan is under attack and has died. Attackers in Section 2 destroyed. Alright. You know what? We're actually going to hold this wall overnight. Jenna is under attack and has died. Lyra is under attack and has died. Gon is under attack and has survived. See, I'm starting to lose people. Through another playthrough, whenever I won and Vire died, I had hoped that there was going to be something along the lines from the book, where, you know, she was kind of encased in that crystal that Rick was able to get her out of, and she was revived. But no such luck here. Let's see here. Do I want to retreat? No, I want to stay here for another day. All right, what am I looking at here? All right. All right. So we're down to 4 leaders, and our regiments are getting pretty thin and low in numbers too, aren't they? All right. So let's see. 18. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's my archers are at 50. At 45, Temple's down to 25. Okay. Let's do it. Alright, Destroyer. I'm going to put them on 1. Eagle's going to go on 2. Fire is going to go on 3. Gorbadoc. We're going to put them on 1. Invincible, we're going to put them on 2. Jemek, we're going to put them on 3. Kemek, where do we want to put them? We're going to put them on 3 as well. Legion, they are now without Hogan. We're going to put them on 2. Falcon, we're going to put them on 1. Pius, we'll put them on 3. Raven, we'll put them on 2. Archers, we'll put them on 2. Segril, them on 6. Or wait, no, not 6. Wow, yikes. 1. Yes, they're going to put them on 1. Temple, we're going to put them on 3. Woodman, put them on 1. Leaders, we're going to put, let's put Rick over there on Section 3, I think. Oren, Oren, we'll put him on 1. And Druss, let's put him on 2. Bowman, let me see here. 69. We'll put him. Can I put him on 3? Nope, it's not going to let me. Okay, so you know what? He's going to go in reserve. All right, our morale is up to 10 now, so that means that given the opportunity after this first phase of fighting, we are going to... Segril is broken. At this first opportunity, we're going to retreat to Geddon. Do you wish to retreat? Yes, we do. Gon is under attack and has survived. Destroyer has broken. Oop, I missed that. I missed that. Eggle has broken. All right, I'm losing regiments. Uh-oh. Number 1 is completely... Earl is under attack and has survived. Okay, that's right. It jumped here because I went to retreat as opposed to do you want to retreat. That last little skirmish there was the retreat, I guess. All right, so we are on Geddon, the Wall of Death. All right. Okay, so let's do this. What day are we on? We're on day 7. We gotta hold out just a little bit longer. Those numbers on that previous screen, boy, they were sad, weren't they? So Corbidoc, we're gonna put them on 2. See, now we're down to just 2 sections, right? We just gotta hold 2 sections. Invincible, we're gonna put them on 1. Gemek, we're gonna put on 2. Kemek, we're gonna put on 1. Legion, we're gonna put on 2. Pious, we're gonna leave them on 2 as well. Raven, we're going to leave them on 2. Archers, we're going to put them on 1. Temple, which is 30, we're going to put them on 2. Yeah. Woodman, we're going to put them on 1. Leaders, I was going to say, I think I'm down to 4. Yeah, I was down to 4 leaders. So let's see, I'm going to put Rick on section 1. Gone. Where's Kemek at? They're on section 1. Whoop, I can't place him, looks like. Reserve. Can I put Druss somewhere? Can I put him on section 2? Nope. Bowman. He was left. What are my numbers? I'll put him in section 2. Nope. Reserve. Alright. Game turn 7. Morale is 7, but we're not going to be doing any more retreating from here, so we don't have to worry about that getting any lower. It's like right here. Here it says leaders is 80, but it didn't say it earlier. I wonder if that's just a... Gemek is broken. All right. Raven is broken. I wonder if that's just a combination of the strength of, from the previous screen. I'd have to maybe I'll watch whenever I'm editing the video, I'll check it and see. All right, do you wish to retreat? No, we don't. Because we got nowhere to go. I think the game will let you retreat, but then it would be over. So no, I don't want to retreat. Do I want to reallocate anybody? I don't want to move any regiments. Let's see, what about leaders? Can I bring anybody in? Let's do this. Let's do a leader. Gone. Let's put him to section 1. Druss. Let's put him on section 2. Let's fill in that. Let's put Bowman in on section 2. All right, I'm done moving the leaders. I don't have anybody else. Now let's... Heavy fighting in section 1. Earl is under attack and survived. Okay, good. Invincible is broken. Pious is broken. Yeah, we're losing. Woodman is broken. Yeesh. This is not looking good. Earl is under attack and survived. Okay. And they're still coming. Boy, for a very much a turn-based pixelated game from 1984, it really does kind of give you that feeling of They just keep coming and coming and coming, just like the book did. You wish to retreat? No, we do not. I don't want to reallocate anybody. I'm pretty much evened out, I guess. Heavy fighting in Section 1. Kamek has been destroyed. Archers has been destroyed. Come on, guys. Heavy fighting in Section 2. Temple. Well, that's following the book. Of course, Druss wasn't, from the book, Druss wasn't supposed to make it all the way back to this wall, but I'm not complaining. It was getting dark. All right. Wish to retreat? No, no, we don't. And reinforcements have arrived. All right. Here comes the Cthulhu. See, look at that. I'd lost all of my regiments. That seems to be a bug up there with Joachim. Still wondering if that's how that's pronounced. It should be 25. And it will show up as 25 later. But yeah, so now we have 2 fresh regiments, and we end up losing all of the other ones. So all we got to do is just hold out this next day. That's all we got to do. All right? So here we go. Let's do this. Regiments. We're going to put the Cthulhu, Section 1. Why not? Faithful, Section 2. Fine. We don't have a whole lot of choices there, do we? All right, let's put Wreck on Section 2. Let's put Gon. We'll put him in Section 1. Druss, we'll put him in Section 1 as well. Bowman, let's put him on Section 2. Joachim, we'll put him on Section 1. All right, here we go. Come on, we just got to hold out this one day. So it's the end of day 7 and the beginning. Oh, Ghana's under attack and has survived. So it's the end of day 7, beginning of day 8. Druss has survived. That's when the Cthulhu show up. Oh, he died. Earl is under attack and has survived. Bowman is under attack and has died. Come on, we just got to hold out this last day. Like I said before, I think there's a way for this to be done. No, I don't want to retreat. And reallocating is... I think there's probably a way to play this game in a way where some of the more subtleties and nuances can make it a little better, but I just kind of brute forced it just to kind of show how the game is played. But with all goes well, we'll win here. Heavy fighting in Section 2. Because this is already a nice long video. I'd hate to have to go through this siege all over again and make some different decisions. You wish to retreat? No, we don't. Reallocate forces. Nope, don't want to move a regiment. Nope, I don't want to move a leader. Attack phase 3, so this should be towards the end of the day now. And you got the Nadir strength in there in that red bar up there. I don't think I've mentioned that before on that particular, after any particular encounter, but of course as they get reinforcements the number jumps up. And maybe here towards the end is whenever I need to start playing that song, whenever things start getting really crazy. Do you wish to... All right, it's getting dark. Do you wish to retreat? No. Hey, when we won. Woundweaver and his men have arrived to aid you. Drenai is saved. The leaders, so Wreck and Druss survived. And the Cthulhu and Faithful survived. But boy, they took a beating too, so... Okay, we have gotten to the end of this game. Obviously, a number of other things can be done, decisions made, travel through the recruitment part can be done differently, etc., etc. And of course, by all means, feel free to explore if you decide you want to give this game a try. I had a lot of fun with it, as I mentioned before, because it was something David Gemmell related that I was able to jump into. So maybe you guys might feel the same way. You know, you get the game, you can get the emulator, all the stuff's free to download, and then play through it and recognize some things. Get very frustrated, that will happen too. But it was a fun little play. I got to nerd out a little bit with it. Thank you all for watching, and like I said, this was probably going to be just a one-off video. This is because of my fan of an author, not necessarily because I'm interested in making game videos, but who knows, maybe one day. But once again, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.